إلا أصحاب اليمين في جنات يتساءلون عن المجرمين ما سلككم في سقر قالوا لم نك من المصلين
ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the first series of Conversing with Allah through Salah. Salah is not only a fundamental act of worship, but a profound conversation with Allah, your Maker. This conversation is so important that it stands as a pillar of Islam. Without it, one becomes a non-believer. The moment one takes their shahada, bearing witness that there is no deity worthy of worship other than Allah, the second commandment is to establish Salah. Salah is so crucial that when Prophet Musa, may peace and blessings be upon him, met Allah, the first thing Allah did is introduce himself, saying, Innani ana Allah, la ilaha illa ani, fa'abuduni wa aqimis salata li dhikri. Quote, Verily, I am Allah, la ilaha illa ana, none has the right to be worshipped but I. So, worship me, establish Salah so that you may remember me, end quote. These are the first commandment given to Prophet Musa after knowing who is Allah. Thus, we are also commanded to establish Salah after bearing witness that La ilaha illa huwa, that none has the right to be worshipped but Him. Thus, the Salah becomes the pillar of Islam. After knowing Allah, then you are commanded to worship Him. Salah is not just a worship, but a conversation with Allah. But because it's a conversation that requires you to have some kind of understanding of what you are saying before Allah, right? So how can one converse with their Maker if they don't understand what they are saying? You see, Salah was meant to shape the spiritual life of every Muslim. Unfortunately, many individuals perform their Salah in a repetitive manner, reading the same verses every day without even understanding what they are reading. And it's a sad reality, but we do this and we really don't understand what we are saying. We just read whatever we have memorized, and as long as I did my Salah, I am good. SubhanAllah, it's not good enough. Imagine you have a dear friend whom you love dearly, and they come to visit you, right? They come to visit you for some reason. This dear friend of yours, I don't know how come, but they don't know your language. Now, SubhanAllah, to Allah belong the best of example. Not that Allah doesn't know your language. You're the one who doesn't know Allah's language, right here. Well, the Quran in Arabic because it's the easiest language for us, and Arabic Allah made it easy, right? So that we may understand it. But perhaps let's just say hypothetically, this friend of yours perhaps to speak Chinese, Zulu, Swahili, or of Somali, for instance. I am sure you will agree with me that conversation will mostly be very brief and boring, simply because you don't understand a thing. Am I describing a scenario that sounds very familiar? If you said yes, I agree. You see, Arabic is foreign to most of us, even though it's an easy language to learn. Well, I am claiming, but it's not easy for everyone, to be honest, but la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. If there is a will, there's a way, right? So Arabic is foreign to most of us. Because it's foreign, therefore, understanding what we read in our Salah becomes a challenge. Even though you might have memorized some verses, but that does not equal understanding what your Creator is informing you or warning you against. Remember, Quran is a mercy and guidance to you. So how are we going to receive those guidance and those mercy from Allah if we don't understand a thing the moment we stand in our prayer, right? Because we don't understand, that explains why your Salah is brief and boring, and you have 101 of things running in your brain simply because you don't understand what you're reciting. As a result, you lose concentration, and before you know it, you're yawning, you want to do this, you want to do that. There's so many things come in your mind. Salah comes from the root word sila in Arabic, which means to connect. So salah literally, it's a gift from Allah. It's like a different portal. When you stand in salah, people see you in a presence. Like they can see you standing, but actually you're not in the presence. You are conversing with Allah. Subhanallah, salah is that one thing that you can do and actually have a personal conversation between you and Al-Khaliq, the creator of everything, the creator of the heaven and earth and all that is in between. Your creator, subhanallah. Can you imagine that? Subhanallah. Subhanallah, it's just so phenomenal, right? So when you don't understand what you're reading in salah, this connection cannot really be maintained, because your mind cannot focus on something that does not understand. Therefore, understanding what you read in your salah becomes fundamental. However, due to lack of understanding what you're reciting in your salah, which is the most beautiful gift after being a Muslim, is standing before your creator and connecting with him. Salah is the most unique and beautiful gift that is gifted exclusively to Muslims. Subhanallah. Can you imagine the transformation of conversing with your Maker, the Lord of the worlds, and everything in between? Knowing fully that only Him can grant your wishes and your need. Salah is such a beautiful gift, but if you don't understand, honey, it's good for nothing. Certainly, you cannot grasp its beauty and transformation in your life. I would argue, looking at your aim to at least understand the basic meaning of your salah, that is when transformation will start happening. That's when your salah will no longer be a chore, but a gift. That's when your salah will no longer be a chore, but a cheer. Like, yay, it's time for salah. Subhanallah. Try understand, go and look for the basic meaning of the surahs that you're going to read. I know most of us, we don't have time. Inshallah, I hope by the mercy of Allah, we can be able to spend a couple of minutes together to go through the verses of Allah, starting with Surah Fatiha, because again, that is the fundamental surah in the Quran. Without it, your salah is invalid. Like, it's the mother, it's Kitab. That's one of its name, right? We'll start with that, understanding just the basic meaning of it. Wallahi, once you stand in your salah and you start saying Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, and understanding that all praise and thanks belong to the Lord of the worlds, that itself already, if you are able to concentrate, that will help you concentrate, because at least now you're getting some idea what you're saying and whom you are standing before. Subhanallah. Dear Muslim, know that your salah is so important that the first thing you'll be questioned of the day you return back to your Maker, the day you stand before your Lord, the Most High, the Greatest, the one who's all-knowing, the day you stand before Him, the first thing you'll be questioned about is your salah. That's the beginning of this video. Allah reminds us of the importance of our salah by telling us the reality of the day of judgment for those who did not pray their salah. And mainly, they did not understand, because if you don't pray your salah, it's because you don't understand how important your connection is with Allah, and therefore, because you don't understand, first of all, what you read in your salah, you lose concentration. Before you know it, you're bored of your salah. Before you know it, you feel lazy. Before you know it, you forsake it altogether, because you have no relationship. There is no relationship when there is no understanding. So understanding is very important of what you read in your salah, because your salah is that important. Allah have ordained you to make sure that you take care of your 5 salawat, and taking care of your 5 salawat becomes a fundamental thing for you to be successful in this world and the next. That's the mu'adhin. He constantly say, hayya ala salah, hayya ala falah. Come to salah, come to success, because truly a Muslim success is not on materialistic things that we earn, that we have, the blessings of Allah, but true success is in salah and connecting with our Lord 5 times a day, and actually having a conversation with Allah and understanding what we are uttering. With that being said, I ask Allah to make it easy for us to carve some time out so we can take this opportunity, inshallah, to study the meaning of the surahs that we read in our salah daily. Be sure to join Sister Circles live every Saturday in our local masjid, Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. If you cannot join us live, be sure to subscribe to Sister Circles on YouTube, and you can find those lessons there as well. With that being said, barakallahu feekum, fi amanillah, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Until next time, you take care.